Hello everyone, I'm Manju Sharma from Suresh Gyanvyar University, Jagatpura, Jaipur, School of Agriculture. Today we are going to talk about diseases of papaya. Diseases of papaya, in which we will discuss about different types of diseases of papaya like foot rot, stem rot, which goes by the Phythium aphaniodermatum, mosaic disease, papaya mosaic virus, leaf curl disease, which goes by like tobacco leaf curl virus or Nicotiana virus, papaya ring spot virus, and anthracnose. So let's come to the diseases and their symptoms. Foot rot or stem rot disease, which goes by the Phythium aphaniodermatum. Symptoms are water shock patches which develop on the stem at the ground level. Next, patches enlarge and diseased tissue turn brown and rot. Because of rotting, the basal portion of stem is gradual, affecting the upward flow of water and nutrients and weakening the plant. Internal tissues of bark appear dry and give honeycomb appearance. Infection is spread to roots and causes decay. Terminal leaves turn yellow, whiter, and drop. Fruits shrivel and drop off, and then entire plant topples over and die. Basically, these are the symptoms of foot rot disease of papaya, like fruit rot, or stem rot of papaya. So basically, these are the symptoms of the disease. Like here, the stem which will be hollow and then it will be laid down. Pathogen mycelium is septate, brown and much branched. The sclerotia are black, spherical to irregular shape and produced in abundance. Survival and spread that primary oospores and is saprophytic mycelium in soil and infected seedling transplanted in the main field. Secondary is the zoospores throughout the irrigation water. What are the favorable conditions for the pathogen? So appears from June to August. Younger seedlings are more susceptible than older ones. Severity increases with intensity of rainfall and high soil moisture. Their management: seedlings should be raised in well-drained nursery area or in courtyards in modern nurseries in protected poly houses. So, uproot the diseased seedlings and burn. Drench the base of stem with coke 0.25% or the metal exile or mancozeb 0.1% or Bordeaux mixture 1%. So that is the management of pap- stem rot disease of papaya. Next one disease is the mosaic disease, which goes by the papaya mosaic virus. Their economic importance, like in India, first reported from Mumbai and Pune and occurs more in central India, 90 to 100% damage occurs in severe cases. And virus is a virus with long fluctuous rod-shaped particles having single-stranded RNA as a genome. Symptoms: mottling and puckering of leaves, especially the young ones, water shocked chlorotic spores on tender stem and petioles. So the lamina is reduced and malformed and are often modified into the tendril like structures, giving a shoestring appearance. Decline and marked reduction in growth of diseased plants. Older leaves fall down and a small tuft of younger leaves is left at the top in upright position. Fruits develop innumerable circular water-shocked spores with concentric rings. Fruit size is severely reduced with deformed shape. So these are the symptoms of papaya mosaic disease which caused by the mosaic virus. So basically these kind of spores will be there. The virus particle are rod shaped and thermal inactivation point of the virus lies between 54 and 60 degrees centigrade. Now, survival and spread of pathogen, primary virus particles on affected plant, secondary like the aphids, mainly Myzus persicaceae and other species, that is Apis malvi, Apis gospi, Apis medicanis, Proplasophium medes, Microcephalum solonifoli, etc. Other hosts like Cucumis sativus, Cucurbita pepo, Cucurbita maxima, Citrullus vulgaris, Lufa, Acutelunga, Liginaria, Sinnecheria, safflower, and some ornamental plants. After that, their management. So, disease free seedling raised in modern insect free net house or polyhouse, rogging and destruction of diseased plants, raising barrier crops like sorghum on the boundaries of the field, and vector control with systemic insecticide like dimethoate or methyl dimetone. Then Carica qualiflora is resistant variety, vector control with systemic insecticide like dimethoate or methyl dimension, growing transgenic, that is code protein mediated papaya varieties like sun, UP and rainbow. So by which we can manage the disease. Then leaf curl, tobacco leaf curl virus or Nicotiana virus. Leaf curl virus is a Gemini virus with germinate spherical particles having single-stranded DNA as a genome. Like leaf curl, according to the name, basically the main symptoms will be occur on the leaves. So severe curling, crinkling, and distortion of leaves accompanied by vein clearing and reduction of leaf lamina. Leaf margins are rolled downward and invi- inward in the form of inverted cup. Curd leaves have thickened veins. Leaves become leathery, brittle, and petioles very diseased plant fail to flower or bear any fruit. So, in advanced stage, defoliation takes place and the growth is arrested. That is the leaf curl and the symptoms of leaf curl disease of papaya, in which the leaves which will be very crinkly. Survival and spread. Primary, primary survival, virus particles on affected plants. Secondary, white fly, Bemisia tabaci. Virus also infect tobacco, tomato, sunham, chili, petunia, genia, dhatura, starmonium, hollyhock, cap gooseberry, etc. Clear management, disease-free seedlings, rogging and destruction of diseased plants and other host species, erecting yellow sticky trap for whitefly trapping, vector control with monochlorotrophos at 1.6 ml per liter or dimethoate or metacystox at 2 ml per liter. Then the next one is papaya ring spot virus. Next disease is the papaya ring spot virus. The earliest symptoms on papaya are yellowing and vein clearing of the young leaves. So, this is followed by a very conspicuous yellow mottling of the leaves and sometimes severe blistering and leaf distortion. Dark green streaks and rings also appear in the leaf stalks and stems. The disease is derived, it is a name from the streaking symptoms that develop on fruit. These consist of concentric rings and spots or she-shaped markings, a darker green than the background green fruit color. Symptoms persist on the ripe fruit as darker orange, brown rings. Vigor of trees and fruit set is usually reduced depending on the age of the plant when they infected. So, fruit quality, particularly flavor, is also adversely affected. Like these are the symptoms. So, there are ring spot on the mature fruit. These are the symptoms of the disease, and here ring spot on the green fruit. These viruses typically have long, flaccous, rod shaped particles about 100, 800 to 900 nanometer long and are transmitted by numerous species of aphids in a non persistent manner. Papaya ring spot virus is grouped into two types, that is PRVP and PRVW. The former type infect both papaya and cucurbits, while the later type infects cucurbits but not papaya. In fact, PRVW causes major damage to cucurbits and was previously referred to as watermelon mosaic virus. Spread. The virus is spread from plant to plant by any species of aphids in non-persistent manner. Many species of aphids are capable of transmitting the virus and it takes place only a few spots. So many species of aphids are capable of transmitting the virus and it takes only a few seconds of feeding time for an aphid to acquire the virus into this mouth parts. So it is then able to spread the virus to other plants during brief feeding probes. Papaya ring spot virus is not spread by other, so it is then able to spread the virus to other plants during brief feeding probes. papaya ring spot virus is not spread by other insects and it does not survive in soil or dead plant material. So, the virus can also be spread by the movement of infected papaya plants and cucurbit seedling. Once infected plants cannot be cured by spraying with pesticides or removing plant parts showing the symptoms. After that, their management. So, first is the non chemical control. Efforts to control papaya ring spot in papaya have include rogging, breathing for tolerance, rogging, breeding for tolerance to PRVP cultural practices, and cross protection. None of these methods individually provide ideal control of the disease. In most cases, the best control is achieved by using a combination of these diseases. Then, quarantine measures. The most effective control is to prevent the introduction of PRSVP into the major growing areas of papaya. The most important is to establish orchid with seedlings that are not infected with PRVP. Secondly, the new orchids should be situated as far as feasible. The orchid should not be established by interplanting seedlings among trees that are infected with PRVP. Additionally, disease incidence can be reduced by planting a non host crop such as corn around the orchid and even between the rows. The rationales for this is that aphids flying into the papaya orchid would first land and then feed on the alternate crop and lose their ability to transmit the virus to papaya due to the non-persistent host. So the rationals for this is the aphid flying into the papaya orchid would first land and feed on the alternate crop and lose their ability to transmit the virus to papaya due to the non-persistent mode of transmission. Aphids can be controlled by application of carbonfuran 1 kg per hectare in the nursery bed at the time of showing seed followed by 2 to 3 foliar spray or phosphofamidone 0.05% as an interval of 10 days starting from 15 to 20 days after the showing. Then anthracnose disease, that is Colletotrichum papaya. Symptoms are all aerial parts of the plant are attacked, reddish brown, circular to irregular, necrotic spores with litter, increase in size development on leaves and stems. Older parts are more susceptible. Spots on fruits appear as brown, superficial discoloration of the skin. Spore develop into circular, slightly sunken, arises and 1 to 3 centimeter in diameter. Lesions will be collagens and sparse mycelial growth appears on the margin of the spores. Early fruit infection results in mummification and deformation, and fruit infection continues in storage and the help and the pulp beneath the lesion's roots. So these are the symptoms of the papaya disease. Basically, this kind of spot will be there, and slowly they will be enlarged, and the complete fruit, uh, those will be infected, and then survival and spread. Survival and spread. Primary, that mycelium on infected plant debris in the field. Incipient mycelia infection carried by fruits from the field. Secondary, conidia by wind and rain splash, excessive moisture, and the older leaves and mature fruits are more susceptible. So these are the favorable conditions for the pathogen. Survival and spread of the pathogen, like mycelium on infected plant debris in the field, incipient mycelia infection carried by fruits from the field. And the secondary is conidia by wind and ram splash. After that, their management, like field sanitation by removal and destruction of infected plant debris. Foliar spray twice with carbendazim. Foliar spray twice with carbendazim 0.1% at 15 days interval, or chlorothalonil 0.2% at 10 to 15 days interval. Last spray to be given 10 days before harvest. Avoid injuries at harvest, transport and storage. Fumigation of fruits with benzylase thiocyanate and coating with groundnut oil control post harvest spots and roots. So basically, these are the management for the papaya disease. Now, diseases of cucurbits. The gourd family Cucurbitaceae consists of about 975 species across 98 genera. Members of the family are annual or perennial. Annual, the plant those complete their lifespan during in 1 year, or perennial, they will be live long like more than 2 years. Herbaceous plants, many are climbing or trailing vines with characteristics tendrils. The flowers are often show an unisexual and produce large fruits known as papos. The important crops of this family are bottle gourd, watermelon, cucumber, muskmelon, squash, pumpkin, etc. So the first disease is the downy mildew disease. The causal organism is Pseudoparanospora cubensis. Host range muskmelon, sponge gourd, and bitter gourd, etc. Symptoms: yellow, angular spores restricted by veins resembling mosaic mottling appear on upper surface of leaves. The corresponding lower surface of these spores shows a purplish downy growth in the moist weather. The spores turn necrotic with age. The diseased leaves become yellow and fall down. Diseased plant get stunned and they will be died. Fruits produced may not mature and have a poor taste. Basically, these are the symptoms of downy mildew disease. Survival and spread. Primary oospores in soil and sporangia from perennial collateral weed host in the vicinity. Secondary windborne and rain-splashed conidia or autonomous zoospores. Favorable conditions for pathogen, relative humidity 90%, high soil moisture, and frequent rains. Their management, destruction of cucurbitaceae, weeds around field, spray metalaxyl plus mancozeb, Redomil 0.2% or copper oxychloride 0.3%. Then the next disease is the powdery mildew disease. So the causal organism, that is Erispe chichorinicerum, host range, pumpkins, bottle gourd, coccinea, cucumber, wrist guard, etc. And bitter gourd is less affected by the pathogen. Symptoms: whitish or dirty gray, powdery growth on foliage, stem, and young growing parts. So, the superficial growth ultimately covers the entire leaf area. The diseased area turn brown and dry, leading to premature defoliation and death. Roots remain underdeveloped and are deformed. Like these are the symptoms of powdery mildew disease. Basically, the powder like appearance will be on the leaves and it will be white in color. Survival and spread. Primary like dormant mycelium or Clastotheca in infected plant debris or conidia from collateral host. Secondary windborne conidia, favorable condition, morning relative humidity 90%, cool and dry weather. Their management like field sanitation, removal and destruction of collateral weed host from the vicinity of the field, spray of tridmorph 0.1% or dinocap 0.2%. Then cucumber mosaic virus, wide host range, cucumber, pumpkin, gourds, cowpea, tomato, chili, etc. Cucumovirus with spherical particles having single-stranded RNA. Symptoms appear on the youngest and still expanding leaves when infection occurs at 6 to 8 leaves stage. So, the typical mosaic pattern develops on young leaves, leaves curl downward and they will be become mottled, distorted, wrinkled and reduce in size. Veins appear bunchy because of shortening of internode when infection occurs at mid-season. Previous growth remains normal and produce normal fruits. So fruit set is very less if infection occurs early in the crop growth. Fruits are often mishapen, mottled, warty, and reduce in size. These are the symptoms of the disease. Survival, survival and spread like primary virus particle on collateral and other weeds, ornamental or crops, host banana, clover, corn passion, fruit, Cephalar, aspench, sugar beet, wild cucumber, Commelina cucumenis, Commelina diffusa, Commelina nudiflora, Solanum phytolacca, periwinkle, Gladiolus, etc. Secondary, virus particle transmitted by aphids and spotted and striped cucumber beetles. Management, like we have to rogue out the infected plants, eliminate perennial weed hosts, raise barrier crops, vector control by spraying mono monocrotopos or phosphamidone 1.5 ml per liter of water. Then Sarcospora leaf spot. The causal organism is Sarcospora cetrulina, Sarcospora melones, Sarcospora lignarium. So common on watermelon, muskmelon and cucumber. The symptoms are minute water shocked spots or yellow specks develop initially on leaves. Spots enlarge rapidly and become circular to irregular with pale brown tan or white centers and purple to almost black margins. Spores coalesce to form large blotches. The leaf may dry and die, presenting the leaf or scrotched appearance. Fruits are also occasionally attacked. So these are the spores. These are the symptoms, this one, and the spores which will be enlarged in the size and then they will be become merged. Survival and spread, like primary dormant mycelium or conidia on infected plant debris or collateral host. Secondary wind-borne conidia. Management, like maintain good soil drainage, and good aeration between vines, field sanitation, and 2 to 3 protective sprays with mancozeb 0.25% or carbendazim 0.1%. So this is all about diseases of cucurbits. Thank you.